There I am. All right. Had a bunch of technical issues this morning. It's Thursday, June 8th. VIP pre-market prep. It's 9 o'clock. We'll have Vegas here at 9:15. First, a look at the macro. I'm going to do this with you. Look at this. Man, I did that. I was having technical difficulties everywhere this morning on my phone, on my desktop, on the internet. So I'm a little bit behind the ball here, but I changed that and it didn't change. All right, we start with the banks and the macro. So the last several days, our thesis has been spot on. It's been rotation out of QQQ and SPY, rotation out of the big caps. See that? Well, SPY's been kind of steady, but QQQ pullback. And then where'd that money go? ARKK and IWM into risk. Okay, so that's worked for the last several days. Now, remember, ARKK is over the 50-week moving average. It closed over the 50-week moving average last week, right? That's why I got really bullish. And remember that because I'm going to show you a bunch of individual charts now, which are going to show you how powerful that 50-week moving average is. And what am I trying to do? You guys are like, what is Ben doing? I just changed the frequency to 1 week. All right, on the 6-month chart, and we're set. So you're going to see a whole bunch of risk asset charts, which are mimicking ARKK. And also, I've been showing you stocks that just explode after it crosses 50 DMA, 50-week moving average. And it's just astonishing how accurate they are as a predictor of what's going to happen in the immediate future. Now, also regarding QQQ and SPY, just be careful because there's growing consensus that at the meeting next week, I guess with the Fed, I think it's next Wednesday, that they'll pause. But then there's going to be indications that they're going to hike again next month. That's becoming a growing consensus I'm hearing all over the place. So watch out for that. Look at gold up 1%. Don't know the reason for that. Wow, is something going on? What? No, UVXY is only 0.4. A penny here. It says 0.43%. It looks like important, but it's not. Okay, so big pop in gold. I don't know what that's about. Very interesting. But let's go over to our individual stocks, and I'm going to show you what I've been talking about with these risk assets. So hop on to the morning show. Actually, first, Carvana, a little bit related. So Carvana broke out of the 200-day moving average, another key moving average. Oh, wow, look at that bullish cross on the 2200. And this is 50% short. So this is a long-term reversal, like when you go over a key moving average and a combination of bullish cross. But then more importantly, we were trying to break out of this 50-week moving average, right? And it kept on bumping against it and failing, bumping against it and failing. And finally, now Carvana, as of this morning, is clearly above the 50-week moving average. This could be a long-term trend reversal here. I mean, we already had a trend reversal with the 200 DMA, but this one's even more important potentially, closing above the 50-week moving average. Now, once you did that, what's your next resistance? It's the top of this candle, which was 1987. You can round that up to a psychological whole number value of $20. And guess where it peaked out this morning? A little bit over $20, $20.48, and right back down. So low-hanging fruit this morning, if you're able to catch it, was get some on the news and sell right around 20. Or when it crosses the 200 DMA, just hold it and wait for the next catalyst that's going to take it up to cross over the 50-week moving average. That was a little bit scary, though, because what if it didn't cross over that 50-week moving average, right? What if this whole run on risk assets slowed down and we're not going to cross over that 50-week? Became a little scary to hold on to that. But now it's over the 50-week. And what's catalyzing this? They had a press release out saying, here, stronger than expected Q2 guidance figure. They talked about adjusted EBITDA and working to cash flow profitability. Now, there are a lot of people who doubt this. There are a lot of people who look at what Carvana is doing and saying this is accounting fraud. And that's why it's the most highly shorted stock on the stock market, 51% short, because people don't believe them. So expect volatility in this name, but also expect possible much bigger squeezes, even way above this level, because we're 51% short. So this is a really highly volatile, risky stock. And other than, hey, resistance was at 20, I don't know what to tell you here, except if it breaks and holds above 20, maybe it goes into the 30s or 40s or 50s. That's a possibility with Carvana. Okay. Now, a few other examples of this, the importance of the 50-week moving average. So Plug, is this a 50-week or the 50-day? Let's see. It's a 50-day. Okay, it's important as well. The week is better, but closed over the 50-day yesterday, and it keeps on going this morning. And they've had multiple catalysts almost every day. They have some sort of press release going on Plug. And the latest one this morning, which is catalyzing this move, Plug Power, Andy Marsh to present at the second annual Evercore ISI Global Clean Energy and Transition Technology Summit on June 16th, 2023. By itself, probably meant nothing, but because we're over that 50 DMA, everyone is looking for any excuse to keep sending it higher. So now we're over the 50 DMA. What's the next level? You can switch to the weeklies, and the weeklies tells you that next level around $11 on plug. And then we have other examples. Clearfield over the 50-day moving average as of yesterday. That now becomes support, 42. No specific catalyst. I mean, I think there was something about insider buys at Calix, CALX, I heard. I didn't even look it up yet, but that's what I heard. Let's see. So CALX apparently had some insider buys. Insider buys don't show up in this particular newsfeed. That could be what catalyzed it, but it doesn't really matter. What matters is that risk is on, and we're over the 50-day moving average, and that's now support. And your next level, it looks like, let's see if we can really close over this 200-week moving average. If we can, then your next level will be about $49 at the 20-week moving average on Clearfield. Man, some other examples. Actually, before I give you PACW, what was it? This FFIE, which worked out incredibly well. All right. FFIE closed over the 50-day moving average last week, and it just kept going the day after. It's just, this is how it works. Target's still about 50, 53, but I think the fundamentals on this are very, very poor. I expect the stock to be like a 10-cent stock a year from now or less. So very risky to play this. But if you're so inclined, then your support's going to be right here down at 26 or so. And your resistance is up there at 52. Well, another new resistance was created, 41 and then 52. Now, what else looks like this? PACW, regional bank. PACW broke over the 50-day moving average yesterday, and it keeps on going this morning. Why does it keep on going? Because it broke over the 50-day moving average. As simple as that. So what's your next level here? Probably somewhere around psychological 10-hole number, because I see a lot of consolidation that happened back here in April around 10. So that's your next level. Wow, it broke 850. That was a key level too yesterday. Catalyzed this one once it broke over 850. How did it react once it broke over 850? Yeah, you can see that. It broke it, then it was support. Boom. So I wasn't following PACW closely, but I just noticed it late yesterday. So passing that on to you. Now, XXII, another one that we're hoping it closes over the 50 DMA. This is the key level of break, 68 cents. Now, we had the update from Chris Tuttle on the ground, the LD Micro. The recording is in our app for our VIPs. So you can take a look and listen to what Chris Tuttle said and his opinion on XXII. It's still a bear bull thing. It's not 100% clear. The question is about money. Do they need to raise money at some point? They probably do, but I'm hopeful that that's not imminent. And I'm also hopeful that when they do want to get money, it can be non-dilutive with some sort of line of credit, because they already have like a $25 million line of credit. So why not get a further line of credit if they're getting all these store expansions? That's a possibility. So, but that's the key level. If this closes over 68 cents, then you go boom the next day, almost guaranteed. I mean, these patterns are very, very reliable. All right. What else do we have? HTCR. Just want to keep that on your radar, because we did interview the CEO last week, and he hinted that we're going to have a catalyst this week, which is one of their stocks in Japan that they're taking public. They're filing they said they're going to file the S4 for it this week. Maybe that's already happened. Maybe they're not going to issue a press release here. I'm not sure. Almost makes sense not to. I mean, it's not directly HTCR news, even though it's very impactful to them. So if this company goes public in third quarter, as they're anticipating, they're looking at getting a cash payout of roughly $30 million, which is like double their market cap size, right? So the S4 being filed is very, very significant for HTCR, and it's holding the 20 DMA. So just watch that in case they do decide to press release that. And again, I don't know if it actually happened. It may have not happened, but people know. People know, and that's probably why it's holding the 20 DMA. Then we got TEVA this morning. Maybe Vegas will speak to it more, because she put this on my radar a few weeks ago because of dark money flow. And I saw news this morning, which is typically a really good catalyst. It's resolution of a lawsuit, a settlement. Okay, this is really important concept to understand in stocks. Anytime you have uncertainty in a stock, you get destroyed, right? Even if like it doesn't make a logical sense, right? Even if you look at all the scenarios and say, all right, like can't be that bad, even the worst case scenario, it doesn't matter. The stock market doesn't like uncertainty. It weighs on sentiment, and your stock will get very undervalued. So once you have that uncertainty resolved, even if it looks like bad news, it's good news. Resolving uncertainty is always good news. So TEVA Pharmaceutical reaches opioid settlement with Nevada. So one might look at this and say, oh my gosh, they have to pay Nevada $193 million over 20 years. And that's bad. Money's coming out of their pocket. but I view this as good news just based on my 27 years of experience of doing this. So I did grab this right as soon as I saw that news here at $7.50. And the next target is an easy one, low hanging fruit there at $7.65. I want to hear what Vegas says when she comes on to see if we can get some insights on as to whether we can break that 20 DMA and make a larger move. We have a MACD flip as well on this on TEVA. So that's a possible news catalyst for today. I still like HIMS. Yesterday was a very tough day for us. Very tough because we had a lot of Palantir. Our largest position spiked to 17, and we're like celebrating, and boom, right back down to 1450. So, but one of the things we were looking at yesterday when we're seeing basically the mega caps, and Palantir has been moving with the mega caps. This is an AI kind of stock, $28 billion, $31 billion, moving with the mega cap stock. So it's been correcting with them. But one of the things I saw is I've been like, let's rotate into stocks that haven't had their move yet. And HIMS was one of them that hasn't had its move yet, that's been consolidating around 9, a growth stock. So I really like this. Sometimes you got to look at something like this and say, you know what, this is a higher risk reward. It's better to have a larger position in something like this that really hasn't moved yet than something that's been killing it and keeps on going higher above the moving averages. So it pays to be early, really pays to be early. So having patience on this, I still think since everything looks good with ARKK above the key moving averages. By the way, I just want to say, when we're seeing this sharp rotation, let me just go back to this list and we'll come back to that. When we saw, again, it didn't change the name. That's how I did it twice. Banks and macro, not just banks. Oh my. All right. But any case, when we saw this sharp rotation at a QQQ SPY yesterday, you can't see VIX directly on TD Ameritrade. At least I don't know how to, but VIX was not spiking. Okay. So fear was not spiking. That told me that my thesis was right, that we're just seeing a rotation, not a panic sell everything, but a rotation out of QQQ because it just went up so much and it needed a correction. Maybe it needs like a reversion to the mean or a move to the 20 DMA over here at 341. So like a non-panicky, even though it looked panicky, if you're in these if you're in these mega caps, you're in QQQ, Meta, whatever it may be, Palantir, you're thinking, oh my God, we're going back to last year and stocks are crashing. But when you look at the VIX and you saw the strength in ARKK yesterday, you realize it's just simply that they came up way too far, too fast, and the money's just moving out. People are taking profits and they're moving their money to risk, okay? And that's why I really like HIMS. So let's go back to HIMS over here, is that at some point or another, that kind of money flow is going to find HIMS. This is a high-quality risk asset with good earnings, good everything, all right? So this one is going to have its day. And I think, again, it pays to be forward thinking and maybe have larger positions in stocks that haven't moved yet. All right. HIMS is one of them. Then we have VICR, which we gave you yesterday. This is a fake print in the morning. Don't worry about that. Really strong relative strength. So another thing to look at on days when the market's pulling back is what stocks have relative strength. So scanned what we had in our list, and we liked VICR recently from a 4-pillar perspective, and the supply chain, that they're offering NVIDIA. As NVIDIA grows, VICR is going to take a lot of that business to help them grow. So anyway, really strong relative strength on VICR yesterday. Awesome close yesterday. So I'm looking for a minimum of 60 to 62 on this current move over here, 60 to 62, and then longer term, 200 DMA, 200 week moving average at about $74. Okay. So, and then, yeah. Oh, I just want to mention 2 things that were short, and Meta and Coin. So Meta, again, this is just kind of that theme of we just need a corrective pullback, and that's it, right? The 20 DMA. So my target's the DMA on Meta. And by the way, there's some negative sentiment with this, I don't know, this, what do they call it? Pedophilia controversy on Instagram. I personally don't think that's a big deal. I mean, I think this was happening anyway, basically. I may be wrong. Actually, cross-check when the news came out, and some of these big candles happened after that news came out, so potentially it's related. But I just think it went up way too far, too fast, and you're just going to have a little corrective move to close to the 20 DMA. Same opinion as I have for the NASDAQ, QQQ. And Coin, we're still shorting Coin, although we failed to hold it overnight for that big gap. We shorted it here when the Binance news came out, and now short again. And we'll see. The news doesn't look superb for Coin, although Kathy Woods is out there buying Coin stock and saying this is good for Coin because their situation is less bad than Binance. And that means that they're going to get business from Binance customers. They're going to move to Coinbase. Something to think about. So that's why, you never go into a position huge because you may be missing some certain angles. And you also got to be prepared to take a loss and get out of your position in case you were wrong. So, all right, with that, let's bring on Vegas. Good morning, Vegas.
Good morning. How are you?
All right, good. Hopefully you can hear me today. I've been having some technical troubles. So I actually only have 4 minutes because I got to run somewhere. I got an appointment. So in 4 minutes, tell me what's at the top of your radar today that you like the most.
Well, listen, I heard you talk about Meta. So I do want to tell you that Meta have a resistance break over 262.69. If it breaks, Meta can go to 269.80. So keep that number in mind. 262.69 is bullish momentum. Keeping Amazon on watch here. Looks great this morning. It is over the 122.27. Looking for this to go to 125.49. And Home Depot looks really nice here over 301.18. Looking for a move to 309.89. So looks good. Those are going to be my top 3 watches because there's good room for these targets to get hit. And definitely watching the SPY over 427.55. And it looks like it could break and make a move towards 430.94. So some pretty good action here across the board. I think we're just having a, slight pullback yesterday, which is normal, but still bullish on the markets and looking for the continuation going into next week. So, market still looks fine overall. These are healthy pullbacks, and, we'll see the continuation probably next week heading into OPEX. So trade
right.
safe.
When is the Fed meeting? It's next Wednesday, isn't it?
Yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday, but the presser is on Wednesday, probably around, typical 2 o'clock.
Right. So pretty much on the same page with you. I just think this pullback might be more than one day. Man, if it's only one day, that would be really impressive. But I'm looking at QQQ and I'm thinking we can pull back to the 20 DMA before resuming upwards. But we also have to be careful about what the Fed says next Wednesday.
Yeah, listen, QQQ, I mean, if it goes below 348 today, and there could be some volatility to the downside. So, yeah, keep that level in mind.
Last thing, I want to ask you about TEVA, because you put this on our radar several weeks ago. I think you said there was some dark money flow. There was some news this morning. They reached an opioid settlement. So now that uncertainty is out of the way, they said they've now resolved all litigation with all 50 states regarding opioid. And the stock's getting a little pop this morning. Can we line up that catalyst with anything you see on technicals or dark money flow?
I haven't seen any new flow, but we know that they obviously agreed to pay Nevada $193 million to settle their claims against their marketing practices. And it's a $4.35 billion nationwide settlement, obviously with the Israeli drug maker, right? I'd have to take a look at the actual chart to see where, but it's not, the thing with TEVA, just so you know, it moves really slow, really slow.
Yeah.
So if you want to trade, it doesn't have momentum usually, because I think the float, the chart's not looking the nicest right now either. I'd have to rechart it and see where it's at now, and see. But I'm not trading it for me.
Okay.
No.
All right.
I want to see it has to get over. What's it trading at right now? Let me see quickly.
750.
Yeah, this would have to get over, in my opinion. It's over 734, so it is over the 8-day. And you know what? Let me see the 21-day where it's at. If this can get over 788, okay, then I think we'll see buyers come in, because then you're over the 8-day. If it gets over 852, then that's a great. Then it'll be a good swing trade. So actually, for me, I'd like to see it over 788, about for a day trade, but for swing trade over 852, and then can swing it and head towards 10 plus. So that's a good level to watch.
Sounds good. Thank you, Vegas. I got to run, and I think we'll see you, whoever wants to join, 12 p.m. with Rexman. Take care. Have a great day.